What's up, everybody? Welcome to the pre-week analysis. I'm your main man, Pips, aka Mr. Levels, aka Hop, aka Sup there. You know, before we jump into this pre-week analysis, just let me share this quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Anything that I share during this analysis is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Cool beans? Cool beans. Let's jump into it. So, guys, for the pre-week analysis this week, starting out with the dollar index, looking at how we opened up, we are on the weekly time frame. I have the previous daily PD arrays marked, and I have still the week before last weekly PD array levels still on the chart. So that's these levels here, these blue levels. If you look over here, you will see what they are. 62% PD array, 79% PD array, and the weekly sell side liquidity, weekly buy side liquidity. Where I changed the weekly buy side liquidity from weeks before last to last week, right? Just because that PD array was rent and we didn't have the 79 or the weekly sell side liquidity PD arrays ran, only the 62%, right? So here's what I'm expecting out of price to open up the week. If you notice, we opened up at 6 o'clock bullish, right? If we go down to the daily time frame, we see how we opened up, right? Look at Friday's price range. I have I did not mark from wick from high to low for the daily PD arrays this week, just because we have this long wick and such a short body on price action. I measured from um closing to opening, right? Um, I mean, from opening to closing, right? I took my fib from the open to the close and slap the daily PD array levels on there, right? And I put the daily sell side liquidity on there. I didn't put the daily. Let me go ahead and put the daily buy side liquidity on there. Okay, daily buy side liquidity, and consequent encroachment of this daily wick from Friday's price action, right? Now, let's go down to the hour. See how we open up with the gap to the upside right here, right? At 6 o'clock, open up, gap to the upside. We're right at, we came up into that 62 and 79% PD array levels, right? Um, I want to see if price starts to show aggressiveness to the downside, right? That would lead me to believe that price wants to come down and run this sell side, um, these sell side PD arrays before continuing higher. Remember that my overall bias for the dollar is bullish, right? Until we run up into this daily CB, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, as coined by the mentor, Michael Huddleston. And so that's what I'm expecting out of the dollar. Overall, long term, I'm bullish. I want to see us go up into that daily fair value gap. But to open up for the week, I want to see us find resistance at the daily PD array levels from last Friday's price action. And I want to see us go short from there down at least to the 79% weekly PD array from the week before last week's price range, right? This week right here. So let me go back to the weekly. So we're clear, right? So these PD array levels come from this week's price action. September the 25th, right? The week of September the 25th. That's where these PD array levels come from, right? I want to see us run down into those levels. I would like to see us run all the way down into the weekly sell side liquidity from the September the 25th weeks price range. And I would like to see, if you notice, there's a fair value gap right there, weekly fair value gap from here to there, right here to here. I like to see price slam down into there and then give us a big reaction, quick rejection off of that level. Um, so the dollar can continue higher to run up into this daily buy side, sell side, imbalance, buy side inefficiency, right? So ultimately, I like to see us run down, run those weekly PD arrays from the week of September the 25th, find support, and then shoot back up to the upside to run into the imbalance from November the 7th, the week of November the 7th, 2022, right? So that's what I'm looking at. If we go back down to the hour, right, we can see that we're sitting right at the daily premium arrays from last Friday's price range, right? Notice that we have a hour order block right there. I'm sorry, a hour breaker right here, right? See this low, we see the high to the left of it, high to the right of it, right? So let's see if price respects this breaker in this premium PD array level that we're currently sitting at right now. And let's see if we can get price to start to show willingness to go lower from these levels, right? Let me look at the daily right quick. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I would like to see, ladies and gentlemen, for the dollar index to open up, right? So with that being said, looking at Euro USD, I would like to see us run higher, right? We opened up to the downside, go to the hourly, right? Opened up to the downside, came back to retest the PD arrays that we broke through Friday, right? From Monday's price range, right? Came back down, kissed those levels. I haven't put the daily PD arrays on Friday's price action for Euro USD yet. You guys will have to do that on your own time. I didn't get around to that this weekend, so make sure you do that. I would definitely throw the consequent encroachment of Friday's wick on there, because that's where I see price coming back down to before continuing to the upside, right? As a matter of fact, I said that wrong. I would like to see um I would like to see push down to start out. I'm sorry, push up to start out with, to start the week out with. I want to see us get up to run that weekly PD array, that 79% PD array, right? Um, and then sell off from there to continue lower, right? Because I'm expecting the dollar to swing low and then curve to the upside. So I'm expecting Euro USD to do the opposite of that, meaning swing high and then curve back down to the downside and continue lower. So that's exactly what I'm expecting out of Euro USD to open up the week. Same with GBPUSD. I like to see us run up into this city and possibly reach all the way up into the weekly PD arrays here before swinging back to the downside. And with NZD/USD, she's just been doing her own thing. I would expect us to continue lower, right? We keep coming up to this weekly fair value gap, right? We retested that consequent encroachment for the first time last week, right? This week we didn't even get up to the consequent encroachment. We played at that lower level of that weekly fair value gap. So we could see NZD/USD just continue to pump lower to target sell side liquidity here from November the 10th of 2022 right down into the fair value gap right here. I think we never filled it in. No, we never filled that fair value gap in from this VISI. So that would be my point of interest. If we broke back through these PD array levels from last week's price action, right? So that's what I will be expecting out of NZD/USD. But like I said, NZD/USD being all over the place these last few weeks, she's definitely been out of correlation with the pound and the euro. So I really just been, I don't trade currencies anyway, but my analysis for NZD/USD has been neutral since she's kind of been all over. So moving forward to futures, looking at E-mini S&P 500, I would like to see us open up the week um and continue higher, right? I would like to see a good delivery to the weekly PD arrays that you see on my chart. I would like to see us run up to run that weekly buy side liquidity from the week of September the 25th. And then I would like to see us sell off from there to continue lower for ES. That's what I would like to see. If we go down to the hour time frame, we see we open up with a gap to the low, to the downside. So I want to see if throughout the rest of Asian markets tonight and going into London, if price starts to show bullish momentum, closing in the new week opening gap and pushing up to target these weekly PD array levels before swinging, before curving and swinging back to the downside to continue lower for futures. I do expect us to target this sell side liquidity right here. So let's see how that play out. And that's across the board for NQ as well. I would like to see us run up into those weekly PD arrays that haven't been retested yet, right? And then find support up in there. NQ may just run all the way up to the weekly buy side liquidity because we do have a nice size daily fair value gap right there before swinging back down. So let's see how that plays out, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, I'm gonna take a quick look at oil because you guys know that me and my private group on Telegram have been following oil since 2020, ever since oil went to zero. Been trading oil all the way back up to where it's at now. And this was an intricate level that we was waiting for oil to break, right? This weekly fair value gap, right? Right here. I told you guys once we got an aggressive break and close above that weekly fair value gap that I would be buying all up to the bottom of uh this shaded area here, right? And then I told you guys that I would wait to see how price reacted to that level, whether we respected it or pushed above it aggressively and closed above it. And then if that was to happen, I told you guys I would be longing on up to $129. That's my overall point of interest where I have oil going by the end of the year, right? So as we can see, we open back up above the fair value gap that we was waiting on to be broke, that was broke on August the 28th. So now I just want to see us find support and continue to the upside for oil. If we break back below this weekly fair value gap, this gray shaded area, then I'll be on the sidelines until we break below these levels here, $66, right? To see oil potentially go lower to target these imbalances that we see in the market here, around $54 and $48. So that's what I'm expecting out of markets for the pre-week analysis, ladies and gentlemen. As always, if these reviews are adding any kind of value to your life, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. If you're interested in joining the private Telegram group, visit my website. The link is in the description, precisionpipsllc.com, and register for the silver package. And you'll get access to our private group where there's all kind of resources and analysis going on and group discussions going on inside of Telegram. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight, coming out, getting this knowledge and empowering yourselves. Let your family and friends know you love them while they still here, please. And as always, peace and love, everybody. You know